Howdy, welcome back to another video. Guess where we are? I haven't done this in a minute, I think. I've been doing stuff in the studio, and I just haven't had the mental capacity to kind of do any videoing when I'm out and about recently. But I think we're trying to break that. So if you didn't notice, you might have noticed, you probably didn't notice, but I missed my upload last week, which kind of sucks. And I've kind of been skirting by, if you will. I haven't been able to be as focused as I would like, because it's just, just work stuff is kind of, work stuff goes first, obviously. And then, fun stuff. But again, I think my whole life I've been teeter-tottering between burnouts, and this is no exception. But here's what we're doing today. I'm on my way to a shoot. We're doing a little hybrid style shoot. So we're doing some apparel headshots. So I got my lighting rig and all that stuff. But then, after a few of those pro headshots, we're gonna do just some out and about natural light portrait shoot stuff. So kind of mix. So corporate and then lifestyle, basically. So we have the bag packed up with some lights and all that, umbrellas and all that good stuff, and then I have the R6 with the 24 to 105 f4. But I also brought my vintage 50mm, which I may or may not use. We'll see how it goes. The weather is gorgeous. A big problem that I have is it's been rainy most of this month and kind of a bit of last month, and that really takes a toll on me mentally, just like the winter does, when it's gray and cold and stuff. When we all have a bunch of sunlight, I tend to dip pretty bad. Not horrible, but it's just a little bit harder to kind of, get up early when it's rainy and gray and cold versus when it's hot and sunny and colorful and bright. That's all. But we're working through it. We're navigating as best we can with what we have. Also, a big part of that is just not opening the G-dang news, if you will, which kind of sucks, and I hate it, but that's kind of what we have to do right now. That's kind of what I have to do right now, because it's just, yeah. Anyway, so what we've been doing, I want to get you caught up. Plant room, going bananas. We're doing more and more stuff with the plants. Very happy about that. I'm still working on the sponsor video for this past 2 weeks, which kind of sucks because I really wanted to get it out, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that done this Friday. So we have this one, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But the sponsor video is pretty exciting. New thing I've never really tried before. I've tried two steps. You'll see it. But we also are finally heckin' working on putting out a little song or something like that on the old Spotify, on the old music stuffs. We're going a little bit different than what I normally do. I mess around in Ableton, and I like to just kind of let things randomly occur and just find things organically. This, on the other hand, guitar, bass, drums, that's pretty much it. Not my wheelhouse, but it should be pretty fun. I'm pretty excited to let you know about that when I can. It's just a matter of I have to show you. I just haven't gotten around to showing you. Anyway, that's the plan. That's what we've been doing this past few days, week and a half or so. Plant stuff, music, work, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me finish up driving. We're gonna go take care of this shoot real quick. Well, quick-ish, hour and a half, and then we're going to come back in here and figure out what we're doing the rest of the evening. I think it's probably work, but let's figure that out. We'll talk later. I gotta get to work. That dog outside going bananas. Anyway, that's kind of it for today. If you couldn't tell, we're just keeping it real simple, real casual. But before I put everything up, we got to talk about this for just a second. So bear with me. You can leave if you want. I don't care. But for everyone else, these things are so heckin' amazing.
They're big, they're heavy, they're pretty solid. They take up a lot of space in the bag, but I went from this, like so, to this, and I would probably say it saved me like a good 2 to 5 minutes of setup time, just trying to get this thing perfect and making sure this thing doesn't, I've dropped so many lights because of something not hooking right, or quick release lights like this don't always fit the best on here. So these kind of are just real, like, you know, every time I put one on, I make sure it's not going anywhere, but every single time I'm still like, is my $350 light gonna fall on the floor? Probably, but yeah. These, amazing. I suggest you pick some up if you need, but I'll put the link in the description. I mean, no one's forcing you. It's not an ad read or anything like that, so calm down. But I will put the Amazon link in the description, because these things are hecking awesome. Plus, it's a Bowens mount, so if you need to put like some kind of Bowens device, like a diffuser or something like that, or like a softbox like back there, then you can just fine. But I use my umbrellas straight to here. It's just so much more quick and so much more stable. Plus I can fit this in here. I can fit this in here. It's got this little guy right here that comes out. That makes it a lot easier for like the round head stuff. It's just great. It's great. It saves so much heckin' time. I just needed to let you know, because I don't know, I just think it's pretty cool. I think it's cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm tired. It's kind of late-ish, and I should probably eat some food at some point. But like, share, subscribe if you want. If you don't, do it anyway. Why are you listening to me? I gotta go. Okay, bye.